Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Leo Smith again, and I'm live here on another episode of Creative Mavens Talkshop with the legend. We host legends on this talk shop. So, without further ado, let me just introduce myself. Then we can just go straight into the thing. I am Leo Smith. I'm a music producer, a musician, a songwriter, an artist, and you know, I'm up to a lot of things. So without further ado, let's just go straight to our guest, the legend we have today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on this show, and I'm very honored to be here. So yeah, I'm definitely ready for this talk, and let's basically talk about some of the interesting topics we scheduled for this certain meeting.
Yeah, so can you just introduce yourself to the world again?
I can definitely. So I'm Marko from Md3sign Studio, and I own multiple studios. But people mainly know me from the Md3sign Studio, from the internet, and from the Instagram, and I'm also starting on YouTube. So I'm that online guy that likes basically sharing free tips, and I'm also offering some like paid content, some masterclasses. I offer books and offer everything. So yeah, my main goal is to educate on mixing, mastering, and yes, I'm a mastering engineer if someone asks. So yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's cool. That sounds amazing. As you can
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
he's a legend. He's a legend. So I
Thank
think
you
the
very
world
much.
is ready. A lot of people are here to just learn from you, and that's why we are here. So the first question I have here on my table is based on social media impact. How has social media changed the way independent artists and engineers promote their work today?
Well, social media is a very powerful tool, so you have to first understand that. Social media is not like just posting a picture and that's it. If you know how to properly use social media, it can be your secret weapon, as it was for me and it is for me currently. Now, social media is very powerful because you can create something that someone engages with and finds that useful. So you can create a whole business online, as I did, and it just works wonderful. If you know what you're doing, if you have some time to educate yourself, and you basically want to succeed, and you're consistent, and you like to work, and you basically don't know how to get tired, you can get so much things
Hmm.
done on social media and it's basically the most powerful tool you have. All the businesses you can see right now, no matter if it's a music business or if it's a construction site business, all of them have social media. So as artists, producers, engineers, master engineers, any kind of engineer in the music industry, if you don't have social media, you're missing out on many clients and on many business opportunities. So yeah, I find
Hmm.
social media
Wow.
very, very important.
So definitely in this era, we can do without social media as a musician.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing with me is that once COVID started, I was like, well, I like doing music, and this is my love, and I would like to have a business that's oriented around music production. So my goal
Oh,
was to actually create something that people find very entertaining yet very helpful. So I decided to start this page and then expand my business around it, create my shop, my second shop, hire more staff. So yeah, do more things like that.
oh wow, that's amazing. And that's why we
Yeah,
have the legend here. M Design,
yeah, yeah,
you've actually talked about a lot of things. And I think a lot of upcoming artists watching this show right now will be able to grab a lot of things from what you've said. That's
yeah,
actually incredible and amazing. I'm glad to have you on this talk shop once again. Yeah.
yeah.
So now let's move to personal branding. And that's the second thing on my list right here, personal branding. What's the key to building a strong, memorable personal branding online? Personal brand in the music industry, I mean.
Yeah, well, in terms of personal brand, you first have to question yourself who you are. So you can't
Hmm.
represent yourself in the wrong colors, in the wrong move, in the wrong mood overall. So if you're a very
Wow.
energetic person, as I am, you have to present your content in a very energetic way, in a very energetic colors, because and you can also notice that my colors, when you're looking at my branding, are the gold, magenta, and you have the black color. Black color is my favorite color. My whole studio is in black color. So you have to
Hmm.
create your brand depending on what you like first. If you like what you're doing,
Exactly.
people will definitely like that, and they will see your energy, they will feel your energy, and you'll be able to expose yourself in the best possible light, I would say. So yeah, personal branding is very powerful, and if you can connect your personal what you do as a person and social media and your brand with that, you have a winning combo.
Oh wow. So what you're saying is personal branding, everything still starts with you, the person.
Yeah, yeah,
So it
exactly.
starts from your own personal interests. So that will now, depend on what you now feed the audience and how you now blend everything up. Oh wow, that's actually sounding amazing and that's cool.
Yeah, well, when it
Oh,
comes to personal branding, you have to plan a lot. So if you're someone who
hmm.
is lazy and who doesn't like working, maybe personal branding and being creative person isn't for you. So you have to work constantly 24 hours a week. So yeah, 24 hours a day, 24/7, 25/8, as I like to call. So I work 25 hours 8 days, 1 day extra.
Oh, wow. Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. That's amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing. Yeah, that's actually cool. And I think I'm enjoying this talk shop already. And the
yeah,
next thing I'm going to, this is a very big debate online. And let me see offline. I'm on music producers. And I think we should actually talk about that right now. You're the best person to talk about this, actually. Yeah,
yeah.
gear debate. Do you believe expensive gear is always necessary for top tier production? Or can creatives strive with budget tools?
Can you just
Do we
repeat
have to
the
buy
question
that
one more time?
expensive?
The audio dropped for one time.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Can All right, all right. Gear debate. We are actually debating on this. So, do
Okay,
you believe expensive gear is
okay.
always necessary for top tier production, or can creatives strive with budget tools?
Yeah, a very interesting topic and a very big debate about this. So I talk about that multiple times. I personally started with $250 computer, including my monitor
Wow.
and some of my speakers that my dad bought for me, and those speakers were like maybe $80. So I started based of nothing, and now I have like very very expensive studio in front of me. Uh, Being poor isn't your disadvantage, it's your advantage, because you know
Hmm.
how to deal with cheap things and how to organize them to benefit your workflow. Now when you get some expensive tools, it'll be much easier for you. So expensive gear isn't necessary at all. Expensive gear is just
Wow.
the result of your hard work, and cheap gear is something basically everyone should start with, because you need to feel the cheap before you move to expensive, so you know how to appreciate things. So yeah,
Oh
that's
wow.
the answer to the
Oh
question.
wow, that's actually amazing because we have a lot of upcoming artists right now that they are not really financially buoyant or probably they don't really have that
Yeah,
support like that. So they are being considered, okay, if I start with a very little gear, can I still make something top notch? Can I still do this industry standard? They are always thinking about that. Do you think they should just start with what they have or they should just wait until, a lot
start
of
with
upcoming
what you
artists
have.
have been asking a lot of questions.
Yeah, basically start with
Fact.
what you have. It doesn't matter if
If
it's
you're
a
just
yeah.
Okay, if you're on this live stream, you have to listen to the legend right now and stop thinking about that right now. So let the legend speak. Let him enlighten you on how to go about that.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you're a music producer, if you're a podcaster like yourself, if you're someone who just wants to work in a creative field, just all of us are all of a sudden, you don't have to start with anything expensive. Start with what you have. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter if you have like $5 PC or do you have $5,000 PC, or it doesn't really matter what you have. What matters
Wow.
is your personal wish to succeed, and basically everything that motivates you. So I always wanted to be a creative person. I always wanted to have my own brand. And when it comes to brand,
Hmm.
I wanted to separate myself from the others. So that's why I create unique color combinations, unique content, unique way of speaking, because the way you speak is something that's most important.
That is exactly.
So
That's a brand.
if yeah, so it doesn't matter if you have good colors, if you have good brand, if I don't know how many people follow you, if you don't have the energy and if you don't have a good way of speaking, you won't
Hmm.
make it to the space, because you have to be somehow unique. So the way you're speaking,
Wow.
the way you maybe the way you dress, the way you show people what you do, the way you represent your content, just find your unique niche and yeah, you'll be just fine.
Oh wow! Oh wow! This
Yeah,
is
they're very
actually
powerful.
amazing. This is fantastic, and when you see the legend, you will know by what they say, the way they
Yeah,
coach you, the way they actually interact with you. You will know. So I'm super excited to have Marko from Md3sign on this talk shop. I'm super excited to have you once again. And I think the next thing right now is entrepreneurship mindset,
yeah.
entrepreneurial mindset rather. So what does it take to succeed as a modern music entrepreneur in today's digital world?
When you're a entrepreneur or any kind of entrepreneur, you have to understand a few things. And I mentioned some earlier in the topics we discussed. First of all, and the most important topic, you have to work constantly. So even when you sleep, you have to think about it. If you don't think about your craft while you sleep, and if that thing that you want to do causes you problems
Hmm.
to sleep, you are not in the right place. So when I sleep, when I personally sleep, I think about the content. So what should I produce the following day? What do I have to do? And I can't wait to wake up. So that's why I sleep a bit less than I should. But that has to basically motivate you to go more, more, and more. So yeah, that's the key thing. The another key thing you have to understand when being a music entrepreneur and or any kind of entrepreneur is that you have to connect with a lot of people, and you have to learn how
Hmm.
to turn any no into yes. If you know how to do that, so you have to be a good
Wow.
salesman, you have to be a good talker, and you basically have to have all the connections you possibly can. So it doesn't matter if it's a connection with me, with you, with someone else. You need all the connections you can get because you don't know when
Wow.
you will need someone and when that someone will
Wow.
need actually you. And you have to know how to basically talk with people, engage with them, help them to make them help you, and to basically work together. It doesn't matter if it's a company, if it's a single person, if that person has 100 million followers, and or if that person has 100 followers. So yeah, you have to
Hmm.
know, and you also have to pick the right people. If you don't pick the right people, you'll be going down. Yeah,
Hmm. Right, people. How do you mean? Do you mean team or the person to collaborate with?
both of them. Especially when you're picking your team. When you pick your team, those are the people you're working with. So those people have to be the people that have the same vision as you. So when I picked my team members, that process was very very hard for me because I know what I can do, and I know that no person can outwork me because I'm prepared to
Hmm.
work 24/7, and I wanted someone
Wow.
that can match that value and to basically match that energy. So that's what happened when I had to basically recruit my team members, and they were shocked like, wow, you really work 24/7. I work day, I work night, I work even though I'm on vacation. It doesn't matter if I'm going somewhere out of the country without my laptop, without my computer or anything. I
Wow.
will work nonstop on my phone. Doesn't matter if I'm on the beach
Wow.
or I'm basically anywhere in the coffee shop, anywhere. I'll
Wow.
just constantly check my phone and make sure the job is done. Until the job gets done, I won't have any peace. So yeah,
Wow.
that's how I operate. Maybe I'm sick because of that, but I like that way, and it's not hard for me. I like doing that. So you have to
Wow.
like
Wow. That's
what you do.
Wow, wow, that's actually amazing. That's actually amazing. I think the first thing starts from the person, the owner of the vision, because like you said you work every time you work,
Yeah,
even if you're not with your laptop, even if you're traveling abroad or something, you work every time. So if you don't have that zeal, if you don't have that career, that particular morale, I don't think your team will actually give you that audience like that. So, am I right?
you are right.
It comes
Well,
from exactly.
all comes from me. So my team wouldn't function
Definitely.
without me because if I'm not
Definitely.
here, my brand wouldn't be there. So yeah, a team
Hmm.
can help you, and you can help them because when my team members work, I don't only focus on my growth and the growth of my brand because they also have their upcoming brands. So I like helping them too. So that's important.
Hmm.
When you work with people, don't just basically work for
Use them.
yourself and for your own, help other
Mm.
people build, because that's how you're that's how you'll be benefiting from everything you do. So yeah.
Wow, that's just like building an ecosystem. You
Yeah,
help
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
they help you. That's cool.
Creating a
That's
small town.
fantastic. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. That's actually sounds good. I don't think a lot of creatives should know this because I think part of what is actually making the creative space go wide right now is collaboration. So if you don't understand that aspect of helping and you getting help, I don't think there will be something good at the end of the thing. You just be the only one
I
doing it on
agree.
your own, and yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
most
that's actually
definitely.
fantastic. That's actually fantastic. And that's why we have Marko from Md3sign on this music tech shop. I'm glad to have you sincerely. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have just few questions left before we round everything up. Yeah, you say navigating rejections. How do you handle rejections and setbacks, and what's your advice for creative facing similar challenges?
This is the most interesting topic from the all the topics we have, because I have a very separate opinion on this than all of the people, because people
Oh
handle
wow.
rejections very negatively, and they
Hmm.
get frustrated from the rejections, from everything. They just go confused, and they're asking yourself, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. The
Hmm.
mistake and the rejection is just something that shows you that you're doing something right. So you woke up, you wrote that email, you sent it to the company, and company said, "Well, we are rejecting you." No matter, we are moving on. We're
Hmm.
moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on, and we are constantly moving on. So the goal of the rejections is to teach you how to be very consistent, how to handle not really success. The rejections are success for me, because when I get rejected, that's
Hmm.
like, well, I tried. I at least tried. Someone never tried. I tried, and then I'm going up and up and up. So in 100 rejections, you have one approval or more, but at least one. One approval is definitely enough to make things work. So before I launched my brand,
Wow.
before I got all the audience, because before I got all everything, my shops, my studios, everything, I handled like over 1,000 rejections from investors, from
Wow.
anyone. Yeah. So only one approval is enough. Just one.
Wow.
Think about that. Yeah.
Oh my god, oh my god. This is just too big because a lot of people after getting like few couple of negativity on what they're doing, they tend to quit, and I don't think that should be the best thing. That's I don't think if the vision is solid, I don't think people should like divert you from that particular thing you want to do. Like
Yes,
if that vision is solid, yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I completely agree, because when my brand works with the best and the biggest companies in the audio industry. So Adam Audio, Focusrite, Slide Digital, UGM Instrument, everyone from the industry. How did I get to that
Can you see
point?
he's a legend?
Yeah.
Can
Uh,
you see he's a legend? That's why we have to have him on this talk shop.
yeah. Well, how did I come to that point? Rejections. So tons of rejections. I contacted brands,
Hmm.
contacted them when I was a small brand, contacted over and over again. Once I did that, many of them rejected me. And then I focus on, oh,
Hmm.
well, they're rejecting me. So that tells me I need to change something. So I need to change. Let's build the
Hmm.
audience. Let's build the content. Let's build something. Let me make myself and my brand stand out from the crowd. Once I
Hmm.
stood out, the brand started contacting myself without me even reaching out with a single email. So yeah, that's the
Wow,
powerful tool,
wow, wow.
uniqueness. Yeah,
So just like what you said right now, everything still falls back to personal branding. That means if you don't brand yourself
exactly.
very well, if you don't work on your niche, if you don't do your content very well, you're not consistent on social media, all of these things are not going to come.
You know what I say to people, to succeed in this field, in social media field, is very easy. Believe it or not, it's very, very easy. You just have to be consistent, and you have to be unique.
Hmm.
Nothing else. And to be
Hmm.
unique, it's also simple. You have the powerful tool of AI. When I started my brand, AI wasn't there. So I had to figure out on my own. You have the ChatGPT, you have all the AI tools. So you can generate your logo, you can generate the unique colors, you can generate basically
That's
everything,
true.
your whole business using, let's
Just
say,
with
maybe five
AI.
tools. Using five tools.
Oh my
That's
god.
it. I had to pay a lot of money to for the people to teach what I do, starting from music production, from audio engineering, from mastering, for branding, for logo design, for everything I do. I had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars. Now we have AI, and you know how much you have to pay? $5 maybe for some membership. Yeah,
Damn. Damn. Damn.
very
Damn. That's
very
massive.
strange. Yeah, yeah,
That's massive. Like if you're watching this live right now, or probably you just watching it later, you've actually learned a lot from this talk shop. Because you met the legend and he has actually given you some secrets. In fact, everything you need to blow up or to make it in that vision as a musician, in that particular thing you're choosing, to be a star, to attract brands. He has given you all the secrets you need. So just go straight right there,
yeah.
go on social media, get the latest equipment you can get, work on your personal branding, and stop chasing opportunities. Be the opportunity. Let the opportunity chase you. I think that just might be a little advice for people from what you've just said right now.
Yeah, and
I
I want to
think
add some things. I
opportunities.
want I
Okay.
want to add some things. When it comes to material
Okay.
stuff, a lot of people say do not be attached to material stuff, but I partially agree with that because I'm attached to some of the material stuff a lot when it comes to my gear. If you
Hmm.
don't have any like goals in terms of material stuff, so when I was starting out, again, I didn't have anything. My only goal wasn't to have a really fast car, a huge house. My only goal was to have a big studio, a very, very big studio. Even though I
Hmm.
don't have a
Hmm.
large studio, I have a very decent studio. My only goal was to have like many sets of other audio monitors, insane audio interfaces,
Hmm.
insane gear, SSL gear,
Hmm.
mashing gear, few pairs of monitors, like everything. So you have to have at least one material goal besides all your other goals. For example, to
Hmm.
retire your parents, to make your people around you happy, you have to have at least one material goal because that will also motivate you. It doesn't matter if it's a gear,
Wow.
if it's a car, if it's a house. Have one material goal and also all other goals you have. That's important for me.
I think
Maybe
that will,
that don't work for
I
anyone else, but it worked perfectly for me.
wow, wow. I think that will make you keep focusing, like having a target, and you're pursuing something right now.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
think that will help a lot. Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god. The Legion has actually explained a lot for you guys, and I think you are going to like love this. And I think someone is going to take an action after watching this talk shop. That's
Exactly.
amazing. So let's
Many of
go
the
back to
people.
social media. Definitely. Let's go back to social
Yeah,
media
yeah, yeah.
networking. And which is one of the first thing I think is one of the best thing, and it has actually helped me personally in this year and years back. But this year basically, yeah, social media networking. What's the most surprising and unexpected opportunity that's come to you through social media? I wanted to share your
On
experience with the people.
Yeah, well, unexpected opportunities are all around you. So you have to be prepared once something comes to your email inbox. Don't just think, well, I'm going to take to answer to this message like in a few days or something. Think about the opportunity you
Mm,
have. Because when I started partnering with some big brands, some other big brands reached out to me. And you know what kept them to me? Because I answered it immediately. And after I answer, let's say in maybe 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the thing they said, wow, thank you for the quick response. So your response time is very
wow.
crucial, especially when you have an online shop, just like we do, where we sell products. When customer says, well, your download isn't available, or I need this technical support, this technical support, the speed and the amount of time you take to answer the message is very crucial for your business. So that's the hidden tip you don't really hear online.
Oh wow. I think
Yeah,
this is my first time of listening to this, and this is not
yeah.
common. A lot of people will just say, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that," but they are not actually giving the, like, let's say the opportunity has come. Then how do you secure it? And that's what you just released right now. So this is just like securing the opportunity, even after you've
Exactly.
actually worked. Wow, this is actually amazing, and that's why we have the Legion here. I'm super excited to have you once again. And
Yeah.
back to the next question. Let's go back. Content creation is still under content creation. So how can creatives balance promoting their work on social media while staying authentic and avoiding burnouts?
Yeah. So again, we're bringing back that uniqueness topic.
Mm,
I
mm,
find. So first of all, you have to determine the social media you're going to present yourself to. So even that can be Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I don't care what it is. Maybe Discord, maybe something like that. Now, once you determine the social media, let's take the example, my example, Instagram. Now you want to decide what kind of content works there. Before you judge what you like to make, you have to know what works. So currently, I believe Reels work very well. In my time, when I started my brand 4 years ago, carousel posts and single pic posts were insane. So the engagement was quite insane. Now carousel posts don't give that much of that engagement. They do, but not as they used to. Now reels are most active. So let's imagine the reels are now the main thing. Next thing you want to make sure is how you're going to present yourself and what
mm,
kind of stuff are you going to teach or show or basically educate people on. So are you actually an educator? Do you show your life? Are you just a vlogger or are you a podcaster? What you do? Once you determine that, you have to spend some time on colors. So not many people mention that. Your colors really catch people's eyes.
mm.
And yeah, basically. So you have to determine the right colors. In my case, again, gold, magenta, and black color. So I like to combine them. So they created eye catchy um, kind of content. So people, when they see it in the explore page, these colors are interesting. What's going on there? So they click on that content and then view my video or my posts. So that's how I started using posts. For reels, the strategies are a bit different because you have to know how to catch their attention in, let's say, maybe 1, 2, or 3 seconds. So your headline, everything matters there. So yeah, those are some tips I would like to share.
Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. This is actually amazing. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Sincerely, you
And
know,
and the main thing, you can't be fake, even though you're trying to be very fake, and then try to if you're a very energetic person in your real life, and then you're trying to act calm in the
mm,
videos, people will
mm,
notice that,
they
or
will
vice
notice it
versa.
because
They
it's
will
not part of
definitely
you.
know. Yeah, 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 yeah. I,
Oh
I,
my God.
I'm very energetic, and I try to make my videos very energetic and very like educative in the shortest possible time.
Of course, of course, of course. That's obvious. Like, this is an amazing tip, and I'm super
Yeah,
excited that you are sharing all of this on this free talk shop. A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
watching this right now, they are getting education for free because these things can just make them go viral, after taking a few steps.
Yeah, this is like a masterclass. Yeah.
Sincerely, yeah, of course. So let's go back to engaging your audience. How do you keep your audience engaged and grow a loyal following in a crowded digital space? We have a lot of people, millions of people on social media right now. How do you try
Yeah.
to like engage with your own fans and still secure a lot of fans, not just followership, not just figures, people
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
interact? Yeah.
Yeah, even though I hate calling them fans because I like calling them the followers and my personal friends because they follow my brand and they support supporters.
Oh.
Fan is a bit off term for me because I don't like calling them really fans. They like follow the
Hmm.
content, they enjoy the content, so they're enjoyers, supporters, and basically followers who follow the way I do and the my brand works.
Oh my God.
Now, how do I personally entertain them? Entertain them. I entertain them through daily tutorials. It doesn't matter if it's like a mixing video, a mashing video, recording video. Doesn't matter what it is. I fi-
Hmm.
I basically carefully monitor what they like when I post content. So let's imagine I post a mixing, mashing, and recording video. let's say after 3 to 5 days, I'll be checking the insights and I'll see which video engaged the most. So if my meshing video engaged the most, I'll make more of a meshing content, and then I'll proceed to my stories and then post some polls, like maybe some tips, and then I'll say in the poll, would you like more of those tips? And if they say yes, I'll
Hmm.
post more tips. Even though if they say no, I'll post still more. But yeah, you get the point. Yeah, the key is
Oh, wow.
to post the content your niche follows, because my personal brand isn't followed only by master engineers. Mix engineers
Wow.
follow me, producers,
Exactly.
artists,
Exactly.
songwriters, content creators, many things. Even some design companies that don't have any basically touch with music, but they need to know how to basically mix their podcast, mix their videos, something like that. So yeah, the way to
Oh,
entertain them is to keep to your niche and then stay with what you do. So right now I can't really vlog and then do podcast, share
mm,
mixing tips, create
mm,
designing tutorials, my camera setups and everything. If I do that, people will be confused and they'll be like, well, what you do actually? Are you a cameraman? Are you a mix engineer? A master engineer? Are
mm,
you a training partner, or
mm.
what are you? Fitness trainer? What?
Oh, wow. I think everything still boils down to, understanding your niche, not just
Yeah,
going
yeah,
around. Wow, that is actually amazing and fantastic. Because we have a lot of young content creators right now. Yeah, fine. Most of us we have a lot of things we do apart from being a music producer. Just like me, I'm a music producer. I shoot my own content. I'm a photographer. A lot of people are calling me to help them with their social media growth and stuff like that.
yeah,
Graphic design, but I don't take that up. If you go to my bio, I don't put that on my bio. I don't put it up. I've
yeah,
never done any tutorial on how to edit on my YouTube channel. So I just stick to the podcast and my music. Let them just know I'm a music producer, everything, artist, music, everything like that.
yeah.
So, but trying to put up everything together will call a lot of controversy, and people will be like, "What is he really doing?"
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly. So it still boils down to understanding one's niche, according to
Yeah.
what you just said right
Well,
now.
I know how to design. I edit my own
Oh,
videos.
wow.
I record my
It's
own videos.
obvious.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
also
obvious.
Yeah, I also form all my setup camera, of course, with the help of my friend. I did basically everything, and I also set up my studio. I hired some
Wow.
guys to basically set up all of this, do my room treatment, do everything. But I know a lot of things, and if I start sharing all of that online, people will be confused. So I decided,
Definitely.
let's stick with mixing and mastering. That's my thing.
Definitely.
So yeah,
I think that is just like a personal support for yourself. Like if you don't have your team on set and
yeah,
you want to quickly do some things, that is why we are trying to learn all of these things. Go to YouTube and I think that's how creative should handle it. Not because I can now shoot a content, I just start shooting musical videos and start editing for people and stuff like that and start sharing the
yeah,
tutorials online. I think it should just be like a support for oneself, like you just say right now,
yeah,
and that's actually amazing. So
yeah.
without further ado, we have just two questions more. And I think I have some few questions on YouTube. So we can just address few of them, then we round it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Success formula. What are the top three qualities a modern creative needs to succeed in both social media and music production?
Top three qualities in social
Yeah.
media and music production. So let me quickly think about this, because this is a very good question. So the first quality I would say is the uniqueness. So you have to be unique. The second
Mm.
quality, you have to be very hard working man or woman, depends on your genre. And the third quality you have to have is, this is a bit tricky, because the first two ones are okay, and then the third one would
Okay.
be something, you have to have great skills and great communication. So two more
Mm.
qualities: great skills, you have to master your work, what you do.
Mm.
And the second thing, you have to know how to talk and how to basically engage with people. Doesn't matter if those are business clients or your overall followers, the people that basically follow you online.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's
So
actually
yeah,
fantastic. I think you've learned a lot of secrets from this. I said top three and they give you like that's even enough.
yeah.
Like that is actually fantastic. That is amazing. And that's why we have the legend here. I'm glad to have you on this music talk shop. I think a lot of people are loaded right now. People have learned a lot from this particular episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. If you miss this live stream and you're just joining us, we've have there's one we did just like it cut. You can just check that out. And probably I'm going to even share short parts of it on my Instagram. So probably, you're gonna engage on that. And probably you drop your
Yeah.
comments over there too in case you're gonna ask the legend again. You can just drop those comments, those questions in the comment section. All right. And one other question right here is future of music and tech. Where do you see the relationship between social media and music production heading in the next 5 years? Yeah.
Let's talk about 5, 10, 15, and 20 years. So a bit more on
Hmm.
this topic. Yeah. In the next 5 years, I believe it will be the same as it is now, but a bit advanced using AI. So yeah, that's very simple. So AI is going to take a lot of things to the next level. In the next 10 and 15 years, many things will be replaced using AI. So
Hmm.
that's the thing people have to watch out for. So designers and some things like that, it maybe even us, mixing and mastering engineers, will be partially replaced, but we can't be replaced completely because machine can't mix music and can't master music with the same amount of mistake that we actually do. We
Hmm.
people and humans naturally make mistakes, even though you don't necessarily hear those frequencies and those mistakes that we make. They are very different than the ones that AI does because AI doesn't really make mistakes. So
Wow.
that can be changed if the designers of AI basically make mistakes. So yeah, but I don't believe
Wow.
that's actually possible. And in the next 20 years, I believe that AI is going to take maybe 98% of the creative world. So we'll definitely have to navigate how we are going to actually proceed on doing what we do. So we'll have to make sure we are smartest and we are a bit smarter than the AI in that term.
Then,
If
oh
you know what
wow.
I'm saying,
So
because AI doesn't have feelings as we do. AI can't think the
hmm,
way we do.
definitely AI doesn't have feelings. Like I grabbed that.
So yeah,
Someone should
and
write
in
that
terms
down.
in, in
That's
terms
actually
in terms
amazing.
of in terms of content creators, it will be a bit hard because content creators can be replaced using AI. Even now,
Hmm.
even though AI isn't fully developed and isn't fully built, content creators will be replaced, I believe. So we'll have to find some more original ways to stand out from the crowd and to basically beat AI because as you can see, they are 3D AI models. They are also AI influencers.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Wow. Wow.
that
Wow.
make a
Wow.
lot of money, even though they are not real.
Wow. Definitely, AI cannot replace humans. It's not possible.
That's not possible. Yeah.
It's not possible. It's not possible. We still
Hopefully,
need
it's
that
not possible.
authentic, that
Yeah.
originality, that aspect of originality. But right now, it's really helping. You to be candid, it's really helping in some. Right now, we have the stem splitter, preparation on Logic Pro, stem splitter on FL Studio. All of those things
Yeah.
make all our workflow faster. But all things being equal, we still have to spice it up in one way or the other. So yeah, what's your go-to plugin for mixing vocal? Like your
Uh,
vocal chain rather.
my vocal chain depends on the vocals I do. So most of the times, the first depends on what kind of vocals I'm actually working with. So is that artist like a rock artist? Is it a pop artist? Punk? Maybe electronic? It depends on what kind of artist are. So let's imagine if the artist is from maybe some pop songs. So as the songs you can hear on radio nowadays, I would start with an autotune. So that's my
Wow.
personal way. Some people put the autotune at the back of the chain, some in the middle of the chain. I go with the first place in the chain. Following that autotune, I usually go between two plugins or two processors,
Mm.
I would say, between EQ or compressor. So I would either go for EQ first or compressor first. The
Mm.
thing depends on what how that vocal sounds, and if that vocal feels a lot of if that vocal has a lot of inconsistency, if it doesn't have a lot of like treated dynamic range, I would start with the compressor. However, if I can manage to shape my vocal using an EQ without first using a compressor, I would go for EQ. When it comes to that
Mm.
EQ, I would basically try to enhance the vocal and subtract the frequencies I don't want. However, I'm not doing that only one EQ. So my first EQ would be a subtractive EQ. With that
Mm.
EQ, I'm going to only take away frequencies. So let's say I'm going to roll off up to 80 to 100 hertz. I'm going to decide if I want the fundamental frequency. So let's imagine your fundamental is around 200 hertz. If I want that frequency to amplify or to make sure it's attenuated. If I find that my fundamental frequency in the vocal is a bit boomy and it creates that mud, low mid mud, I will attenuate that frequency. Now I'll proceed to mid range to decide if it's boxy, if it's not, if it needs some treatment, also for the highs and for the super highs.
Mm.
The following processor would be a compressor. In that compressor, it's very simple, but the choice of the compressor really matters. So, do you want a transparent compressor? Do you want a coloring compressor? Are you aiming for peak down compression, or are you aiming for upward compression, or are you aiming for tonal compression? Those are some things you want to keep within your mind. So let's imagine we are with the peak down compression. I would try to go with the fast attack. So we want to capture the transients immediately as soon as they come, and then make sure the vocal sits tight. The release depends on the note's length, and I would go with the default ratio that usually compressors offer, and that's the 4:1 ratio. But that depends on the vocals. You can maybe go for 3:1, 5:1, or even higher or lower ratios. That depends. Now, depending on the compressor, so if you're using vintage compressors, you don't have a look ahead time, you don't have any of those cool options, I would say. For vintage compressors, I would suggest for pop vocals, TubeTech CL1B will work. And also that the compressor from SoftTube,
Mm.
SMC2B is the name of the compressor. That's a multi-band compressor and
I
it
think I
works
use that.
yeah. It works very, very nice. That compressor can be helpful. And also 1176, all know about that compressor. If you're looking for, let's say, some rock vocals and you want hard compression, 1176 will be insane. And if you're looking for some kind of a smooth compression, you want to just balance the vocals, level them up in the mix, balance the dynamics, LA2A or CL1B. So the compression, when working with vocals, you have to understand that the compression is maybe the most important element because you can make the vocals sound bright, nice, clean, and everything. But if the vocals isn't consistent and tight, the vocals won't sound good.
Mm.
And when you do
Wow.
compression, 90% of the work is already done. Following compression, now you can decide what you're actually going to put on vocals in terms of creative effects. So I would maybe go for either upward compression, for example, if I want to bring some of the details from the vocal, so it sounds more a bit detailed. Or maybe if I want to make the vocal sound a bit brighter, I would decide if I want to go for an EQ. Let's imagine Pro Q4 or Pro Q3, or whatever you use, to just boost some frequencies and shape them. Or if I want, for example, some coloring EQs, maybe let's say the channel limited curve bender EQ is called. It's a mastering EQ, but it sounds also good on vocals. For example, if you want maybe harmonic exciters, you can go with ozone exciter, you can go with fresh air by Slide Digital. You have many exciters. You can go even with saturation. Saturation is the big
Mm.
thing when it comes to vocal production, and you can use saturation across the whole chain. So you can place the saturator at the bottom of the chain, at the front of the chain, in the middle. Now the thing I did recently was with the black box 8G2.
Mm.
We all know that processor. That thing sounds absolutely amazing on vocals. I find
Mm-hmm.
it very useful in mashing because I use that unit. I have the
Mm.
hardware of that unit in the second studio. That unit is
Mm.
very nice, but on vocals, gives some insane magic. Really makes that spark, gives that sparkle and that like mid-range excitement to the vocals, depending on if you're pentode or triad knobs. Following those processors I mentioned, you can also go for, let's say, maybe a de-esser. That depends. A lot of people use de-esser, and I personally hate seeing it in my chains because once
Mm.
I record vocals, now you have different interfaces, even interfaces with that cost like $200. You have inbuilt DSP or processors. You can use them and they have the software. They have inbuilt DSer. So while you're recording vocals, you can engage a DSer. So why would you then need a DSer in the chain if you can do that while you're recording or as soon as you record? So how I process vocals when it comes to the first place. So let's imagine a singer record the vocals and then send me the dry vocals. The first thing I do
Mm.
is I don't put it in DAW and then I start processing. I import the vocal
Mm.
to Isotope RX. You know
Wow.
about RX, and then
Yes, yes.
I try fixing the phase, all the asymmetric waveforms, and then I look for S's. I look for all the things I don't want from the vocals that basically I want to shorten my job that I have to do in mixing. That's the thing I do with RX.
Mm.
Then when I import the vocals to mixing, I can process with less processors, and basically make this overall vocal mixing job in the DAW very entertaining actually. So it doesn't have to be a very boring job when it comes to mixing vocals. If we don't include comping, which is obviously terrible for everyone, that's a long job you have to do.
Mm.
But in terms of regularly vocal mixing, that's yeah, that's a simple thing to do if you know how to do. Now at the end of the chain, you can go with, let's say, a limiter. Limiter on vocal sounds very good because you have to, if you're working with some vocals that you really want to stand out, put a limiter on there,
Mm.
increase the gain, but make sure to select the auto gain. I'm talking about the Pro L2. It will keep the vocals very tight,
Oh,
very. It will
yes,
squeeze the vocals a bit more.
definitely.
Yeah, but
Yes.
the thing is that you can overdo this processing and you can cause distortion. So if you don't know how to combine compressor and saturator and limiter in one chain, my advice would be to stay out of it until you learn how to do those things. And how to
Wow.
learn, I have many tutorials on that. So you have the place where you can learn it. And for free. It's basically for free on
Wow.
my page. You just have to find the tutorial and yeah, it's there. Basically, it's there. You don't have to pay
Definitely.
any money. Yeah.
Definitely. As
Yeah.
you can hear from the Legion, you can see. Okay.
And yeah, and to finish the chain, so now the people will be, well, he didn't put a reverb and delay. Yes, the reverb and delay are
Oh.
here, but in the separate channel, so the send channels. But it depends. It can be also on the main channel. In the main channel
Mm.
would be, let's imagine you work with some dreamy vocals, maybe lo-fi vocals, or something that you want to have really that like wetness basically coming from them.
Exactly.
That like
Hmm.
the pure reverby sound and pure delay sound. You
Exactly.
can do that by
Mm.
using a mix knob to set it very low, and then you have to set your
Mm.
pre-delay time there. But
Mm.
however, if using it on a separate track, let's say your reverb send and your delay send, the mix knob would be all the way to the 100%. Pre-delay time isn't really needed there, but you can adjust it depending on how it sounds. I like to keep it basically off to the 0 milliseconds, so the reverb and delay starts affecting that send channel immediately. And then you can use an EQ after your reverb, after your delay, to just shape them and how they sound. So you can remove that low end coming from the reverb or delay and the very top end, so it doesn't really mess up with the vocals. And that would be some kind of a basic chain what you can do
Mm.
on vocals. Yeah, the chains depend. I use many different processors, and my chains can be ranging from, let's say, maybe 3 processors to, let's say, maybe 15 processors on channels. It can be only did with
Wow.
analog gear. I can do it only with plugins. I can do it hybrid. I can do basically everything. But I would say when it comes to vocals, the thing you should be focusing on the most is how you record them. If you have bad recordings, it doesn't matter if you are a 1500 times nominated Grammy engineer, nobody will help you when you have bad vocals.
Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah,
Mm. Wow. 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 This is too much. Like,
yeah,
you released a lot
definitely.
of secrets just in this free talk shop. Oh my god. A lot of upcoming producers, mix engineer right now, they've learned a lot from you right now. And I think they should go, if you are a mixing engineer on this live stream, you should go and follow Marko from Md3sign. You can follow him on Instagram. Like, he has a lot of big tips on Instagram. He shares a lot of images and
This shot
videos
looks nice.
of him explaining all these things exactly. Oh wow, that looks good. I
Yeah.
love it. So you can just go and follow him up over there So, and from this talk shop, I'm going to cut some piece of it so you can just learn. You can go back to it and just revise. And he has a YouTube channel too. You can go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. You can learn enough from the YouTube channel on how to mix and master very well as a pro, from beginner to
To
pro.
pro, exactly.
Definitely. And I'm super excited for having you, and I'm glad to see you on this Creative Mavens Talk
Yeah.
Shop.
So
Yeah.
before we move on, because once you disconnected
Okay.
from the previous
Oh,
call, I did something that people asked me. So
yes,
I
yes.
want to do here live with you. They asked about this studio,
Oh,
and I
wow.
like to call this studio like my content creation studio. So I want to show just some things I have here, very quick, like 20 seconds, because they were interested
Okay.
in the monitors I have here.
Of
So
course,
let's
of course, of
quickly
course. People will love
switch
that.
this. So let's explain this. This is the light, of course, for camera. Now we have two person monitors.
Wow.
We have the A7B right here. We have the brand new D3V from Adam Audio, and we have the T7B.
That's the Adam. Okay.
Yeah, Adam
Okay.
audio, everything. Yeah.
All right.
We have another interface, one interface right here, one interface right here, and again, some pair of monitors right there. And of course,
Wow.
big screens, because I'm obsessed with big screens. And we also have some drinks right here, because I don't drink, but I'm a huge lover of bottles and brands. So yeah, and we also have the fully treated room. You have the diffuser right here, you have the
Oh,
panels, the walls, everything is treated. So yeah, quickly, that's the thing where, and that's the place where I produce the content. So yeah, this will be
wow.
very
That
amazing.
is actually fantastic and amazing. This is
Yeah,
just like a bonus from Md3sign, and you people
yeah.
should just not
Always
take
give
that for
extra.
granted.
Always give extra. That's another
Oh
advice
wow.
to want to have.
Oh
Always
wow.
give extra.
Oh wow, oh wow. I think that would make the fans want to engage and stay tuned to the end parts in most cases. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god, that is fantastic. That is actually amazing. And I think I love this particular episode. Oh my god, I
yeah.
love this so much. Yeah. So without further ado, I think we are rounding up everything. Let's go back to introduction again. If you missed this talk shop, maybe you're just joining, you're going to see the full video on my YouTube channel. You can just follow me on YouTube as Leuma Smith, LEUMASMYTH, and probably on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on all social media platforms. And there, I'm processing my music right now, and I
Yeah,
have a lot of
yeah.
freestyles I've done, and currently the music talk shop is going worldwide. So I've been able to host a lot of people from different part of the world.
Awesome.
A lot of
Good for
big
you. Good
engineers
for you.
like Marko,
Yeah.
big engineers like Marko, and we have a lot coming again from this talk shop. So without further ado, let's go back to you introducing yourself to the world again before we round it up.
Yeah, before we round it up, and if you didn't watch this talk shop, I want to introduce myself just one more time. So you might see me online, might not. Maybe you'll see me from now on, depending on the algorithm. So I'm Marco from
Definitely.
Md3sign Studio. I specialize in mastering music. Now, I also educate online on recording, mixing, and mastering. Let's say mixing and mastering is my main thing. And I also like to spread the way I do that, because I like to spread these informations about mixing and mastering very creatively using carousel posts, single pics, reels videos shared across all the social media platforms. And also my brand has two shops, and you can also get some interesting things. So if you want to learn production in the most efficient way without actually spending a lot of time and basically bumping your head from the table in how do I learn this, how do I do this, how do I do this, how do I approach equalization, how do I approach compression, we have all the materials ready for you. So yeah, that's basically what we do. And yeah, I'm very thankful to be at this talk shop and to present my business. So yeah, hopefully you'll find that interesting, and as I did this talk shop.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to have you. And, without further ado, that's the end of the talk shop. So, see you on Instagram. I'm going to be cutting some parts, You're going to see it on his page and probably on my page too. So, you guys should stay tuned. Thank
Yeah,
you,
most
and thanks
definitely.
for joining us live.
Thank you
And I
very
hope
much
we're
for
going to see you
having
some
me.
other time.
And yeah, and I hope to see you soon and to talk soon again for this. So take care, my friend.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Abelio Smith again, and that's the end of this particular episode. I think you've actually learned a lot from this episode, and I think you've learned a lot from the legend Marko from Md3sign. And personally, I am Leo Smith once again. So you're gonna be seeing the full video on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram handle. So just follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm gonna be sharing some few tips on this particular episode and some other episodes. You can check my episode with the Grammy Award winning producer. I have hosted a lot of people, a lot of Grammy Award winning producer from different parts of the world. So just check them out and you will love it. Thank you and thanks for joining. Bye.